M7. This is a right Pulsar 2 on the X12 Arriva from Newcastle to Middlesbrough via Chester Street, Durham, Sedgefield, Stockton-on-Tees, then to Middlesbrough. Through Chester Street only runs pretty much during the daytime. It's a little different for one. Passing under the East Coast Main Line as we head to Chester Millwall. Wet this morning. Now I've got to walk up a lot of steps to the station. Right, good morning everyone. My name is Dodds. Welcome to part 1. Today is Friday the 25th of June. It's now 25 past 9. I'm struggling to see out these glasses, they're steaming up because of this face mask. And today I'm setting off on what will be a 3-parter Dodds Diary, a 2-night holiday, and for this holiday I'm travelling down to Birmingham in the West Midlands. I haven't been down to Birmingham since the pandemic started. Will it be busy or will it not be busy? Anyway, so stopping in an Easyhotel for 2 nights. I'll be doing a few things. Today I'll do New Street Station. Plan to visit one other location later in the day as well. And I'll be doing a couple of other activities. Tomorrow I draw southwest, and Sunday things get really sweet once again. That's all I'm going to tell you in this part. You'll find out in the rest of it. It's a bit of a wet day today. Hopefully it'll get better. I'm starting here, well I started at Cheshire Street, got the X12 Arriva North East bus through to here. It was a right Pulsar 2 that was going to Middlesbrough. Just for a change, because a single fare is actually cheaper on Arriva than going North East from Cheshire Street to here. And I'm here now in Durham. Catch the 0955 cross-country service. That'll take us to Birmingham New Street. I get there I think about 1:30 this afternoon. The train goes a long way around because it actually goes via Leeds. Now to get there, what I've actually got is 4 separate tickets, 4 separate advance singles. We're on ticket splitter. It's the same thing I did in 2018 when I went. Go on there, split the fare down, and it's much cheaper. Now I'm hoping won't have any trouble this time if I decide to go back to Snow Hill Station. This time I'll do things right. But still, I think I will enjoy myself. Now, let's enjoy the rest of this holiday. My train, the 0955, and fantastic. I've got a 7-port cross-country HST to take us down to Birmingham. Tamworth, New Street.
Welcome on board. So what's joining us at Durham. This is the 9:55 cross-country train service through to Bristol Temple Meads. Calling next at Darlington in around 15 minutes time.
I'll send that now, and then I'll just post it. I just thought I'd let you know. I don't until I know more. Don't I? Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely fine. I don't think very well that's no, I'm not sure it's like really good reading or something to read up. I can't tell them if you're trying to force yourself to go to sleep, you bring up, no, people in here and wake up. That's more than they do right.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Crosscountry Service 1154 from Sheffield through to Bristol, Temple Meads. Once again, apologies ladies and gentlemen, there is a technical glitch on the receipt reservation, so all I ask is that you be mindful, kindful and respectful to one another. Help each other out wherever possible. Please make sure that there's no bags on any empty seats, vacant seats. They need to be either overhead or underneath seats in front of you on the racks available in the coach. Tickets and passes please ready for inspection if you joined us from Sheffield. Derby next station call. Cross-country service, the 12:31, currently running around about 8 minutes behind schedule there from leaving Derby. Hopefully make the time up now once we get to Birmingham. Next station call now, Tamworth. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your cross-country service to 12:50 from Tamworth. Currently just running 10 minutes behind schedule, so apologies for this, ladies and gentlemen. Next station call will be Birmingham New Street.
I've actually not got on the train yet. I'll be there in a minute. So we're going to be in like 2 minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, the service now arrives into Birmingham New Street. Birmingham New Street is our station call. If you're going to be leaving us here, mind the step on the train to the platform edge. Make sure you have all your personal belongings, don't leave anything behind. You will need your tickets here in order to exit any part of the station. And if you're connecting on here, you need to consult the board's platform staff and online apps for the most up-to-date information on the connections and services available to you. Once again, please take off all your rubbish, unwanted and used face coverings and place them into the bins that are available up on the main concourse or just outside of the main building. Apologies for the slight delay in arrival of this service. Do hope it hasn't inconvenienced you too much. Hopefully the time will be made back between Birmingham and Cheltenham Spa. Please note if you're planning on travelling to Bristol Temple Meads, either down to or up to, there are extensive engineering works going on at the station from the beginning of July all the way through to the beginning of September. Services are expected to be delayed from up to an hour in some cases, so please do check before you travel if you're planning a journey down south or planning going towards the Devon, Somerset and Cornwall area and passing through Bristol Temple Meads. Birmingham New Street our station call.
I don't know. Take a screenshot of it.
At least the back. Yeah, that was just a panic. I haven't got any out. Whatever you take into the, whatever you take actually into the, yeah, we're coming over a bit of a tunnel coming into Birmingham. Yeah. Can I hear you, Debs? Can I hear you all right? Yeah. The problem is, whatever we take in there, we can't take out again. You actually put on a pair of paper overalls in the changing room, and yeah, that's it basically. You could make notes in a notebook, and then on your way out, they will scan your notebook.
Rightio, it is now 5 to 2. Here I am in the UK's second city, Birmingham. Checked into my hotel, an Easyhotel, Birmingham City Centre. Same brand that run EasyJet, Easy Gym and all that. And this is my room, and here's the view. Yes, no view. But this is actually, this is what I booked. For 2 nights, 50 quid, it's fine. So we've got a nice double bed and that down there. It looks like it's got some of Birmingham's landmarks on there. Yeah, like the BT Tower, there's, you can see New Street, and there, that's what used to be the John Lewis store. Not there anymore. Birmingham Head of Birmingham Council, let's see the rotunda is there. So, and take a look in here, got the shower and all that. I think this is very good for 2 nights. That was a good train journey I had coming down here. That's my longest ride I've had on the Crosscountry HST. Men had to travel down to here the old-fashioned way before the long before the voyages and all that, by going in a Mark III carriage. We were 10 minutes late. There was a bit of a delay around Derby area. Meantime, I'm here now, just checked in, although I paid an extra £10 for an earlier check-in, but so what, it's fine. I'm going to just rest here for a bit, and then I think what I'll do, go over to New Street. Hopefully I can start spotting, and where I plan to go later is actually back along the cross-country route and do Tamworth. It looks a canny, nice location, so I'll be looking at that. Right, let's get some rest now. Okay, so it's 3:05. I've had a little rest, and actually I think this bed is really nice. Feels quite good. I've doubled up the pillows, a little thin, but thinner than my usual bed. Anyway, what I'll show you is where actually I am here in Birmingham city centre, and I'm actually quite where's New Street station there? I am literally just almost round the corner from New Street, just off Hill Street. So I zoom out. Here's where the blue dot is. Here is where I am in the country. Okie doke, out I go. As I said, my hotel's just round the corner from New Street station, and here it is. Handy, this will be very handy for me the next 2 days. It'll only take me just a couple of moments to walk around the corner, and here I am. Lovely jubbly. So here I am, New Street station, one of the busiest in the country, the hub of the railway network outside of London, and this is actually my local station for the next few days. As I said, I'm only round the corner at the Easyhotel. So we've got Class 350, London North Western Railway in there. We've got another one over there as well. That's the Rotunda. At the moment, platform 9 is closed off for engineering works. So I'm going to do about an hour and a bit here, and then I think I'm going to go to Tamworth afterwards. This is a, there's one coming in here. That is a 323, of course. I'll be getting one of them on Sunday morning. That's another clue I can tell you about Sunday morning. So that'll probably do the, it'll do a cross-city line that'll head to Longbridge and then to Redditch, or it could terminate at Longbridge. You can also drive this route from here to London and to Lichfield. If you go on Train Simulator now, they've got both of these routes included. That's a, here's a Voyager coming in. So for a change, it wasn't one of them trains what I got down to here from Durham, it was an HST. So I'll probably go on one of them later if I go to Tamworth. Oh, correction. This is actually an Avanti West Coast Voyager, fully refurbished. It looks like the same grey tone livery. In fact, you can see the red from the days of Virgin still on there. And that is a double set Voyager. Going into platform 1. So as I said, I will be doing a few things around here. I could, if I wanted to, go to Snow Hill, as I do have unfinished business with West Midlands Railway from December 2018. But that depends on how I feel. And at least this time, the weather is much drier as well. Two TFW 158s that'll be going to Birmingham National. That will have come from either Aberystwyth, Fowelly or Holyhead. 43285 Crosscountry HST, which I think could have been the one that I got down to here earlier on today.
Passengers for Worcester Poorgate Street, Malvern, Lingreen, Malvern, Cornwall, Livery and Hereford, please change at Worcester, Shrub Hill for a replacement bus service. Any passengers travelling to Worcester Poorgate Street, Malvern, Lingreen, Malvern, Cornwall, Livery and Hereford on the 1650 service at platform 10B, please change at Worcester, Shrub Hill for a replacement bus service.
it's 4:30. Here's what we got at the other end, the west end. That's a 170 over there. Got another 170 over there. I'm actually going to go and sign out now, get myself some dinner before I head over to Tamworth. I'm here till Sunday, so I've still got time if I want to do this station again. Right, I'm going to walk towards the bull ring. Isn't that an impressive building? Look at that. That's the one of the eyes. This was all completed in 2015. What used to be the Palisades shopping centre above is now, of course, Grand Central, and it looks stunning. And all this, the bull ring, well, it was how you see it. This is how it was built. Well, it was redeveloped in 2003, I believe, alongside Selfridges. Right, being fed, so I'm going to walk around for a bit. Have a look around what will be my local city for the next few days. So I'm right down, I don't know if they still call it the Rotunda actually, but that's, I wouldn't mind being on the very top of that. We're right beside the Bull Ring Shopping Centre. So I'm going to travel to Tamworth. I'm going to get the 1803 over. I'm going to be there for about an hour and a bit. So I'm going to just start the holiday, I think. Here is the bull himself. I like this city. It's been really transformed in years and years gone by. But it is very, very busy today. You, sir, look stunning. Right, we're on the 1803 Edinburgh service, running very, very late because of earlier trespass problems around here at New Street. We're going to Tamworth.
Chicken nuggets? You want to see vegan, aren't you?
I'm a pescatarian.
I've got no fish on fillet, sorry.
Looks like it's starting to rain. There's a 350.
Very good evening to everyone who's just joined us there at Birmingham New Street. This is the delayed 1803 cross-country service through to Edinburgh. First of all, apologies for the delay. We are running 15 minutes behind schedule at the moment, and this is due to a trespass incident just outside New Street Station. And there were fewer trains, a bit of congestion coming into the station, so we are running just over 15 minutes late. We will try and make up some of that time as we travel north. I'll keep you updated with the arrival times at the main stations as we progress towards Edinburgh. Your next calling point will be Tamworth. We'll be there in just over 15 minutes. That's followed by Derby, estimated to Derby at 7 o'clock. Then on to Sheffield, estimated to Sheffield at around 25 to 8. Then on to Wakefield, Westgate, Leeds, estimated to Leeds around about 20 past 8. Then on to York at around 8:45 to 9. Then Darlington, Durham, Newcastle at around 9:45 into Newcastle. Then on to Allenmouth and estimated to Edinburgh just before 20 past 11.
I used to go away after work, right?
Train stage full of 8 coaches, 2 separate trains joined together. Front half of the train, that's coaches A, C, D and F, and the rear half coaches G, I, J and L. Look above the door for the end of the coaches, those displays will tell you which coach you are in.
That's where
Coaches A and G are first class, for first class ticket holders.
Platform 7.
We'd ask all passengers as the train is quite busy at the moment, please observe social distancing during your journey with us today. This means occupying a window seat only. Please keep all of the aisle seats free. This helps with social distancing as people move around the train. Face coverings, more importantly, are required at all times, and when you are medically exempt, face coverings must be worn more correctly, covering your nose and your mouth throughout the whole of your journey. Safety information that's available on posters throughout each coach. Do see anything suspicious, so please mention it to a member of the onboard crew or text the Transport Police on 61016. Next station once again will be Tamworth in just over 15 minutes.
You can put a little siren on exit and wait up Newcastle. What have you been in Birmingham for?
I live in Birmingham.
Oh, okay.
My family live in Tamworth.
And as a result of the delays, you can see the huge backlog of trains that were waiting to go in the station, all queuing up. It's only 4 lines what go into New Street.
Very stressful.
What were you doing about it?
Just see clients.
What do you do?
Then I'll be coming back this way later on.
Are you? I am doing my LPC this year. I work for the ACB.
What job is it?
Birmingham.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I usually deal with Newcastle on Leeds. But, it's not quite. Most of my stuff is Midlands, Leeds, Newcastle.
And that's my temporary home,
So, yeah. Do you like it?
all over there in the distance.
I do. I like it because I'm in the best team that you can be in
What team are
there.
you?
It's complex property litigation.
God, I've just literally left my colleague who was like an absolute.
Hopefully by the time I come back, some of them
It really
backlog of trains should have cleared.
Yeah. So I really like what I do. Even though to someone else it's not me.
I used to clock trip. Blown up the bridge. It just didn't work.
So the example of like my bread and butter is like a fire and a marriage, like a nightmare hotel.
Yeah.
That's the stuff I do.
Past the West Midlands City Centre. Might be having quite a busy time in there, sorting all this out.
I've sat in Gaucho all afternoon, so I mean, I'm not eating McDonald's.
Which did you prefer?
Can't say. Just a long way back. I won't get back like 9:30. We'll get out at 10.
I don't think you forget.
I've been up since 5. I was on the 27 train. Didn't get on 10. First 2 meetings cancelled. I sat round with the Boston team. Oh, you know that place? The Boston team.
Boston Tea Party, oh, that's a lovely coffee shop.
I sat around there for 1.5 hours.
Wow, you're going to sleep this evening. What did you think of Gaucho?
It's alright. No, probably.
Yeah, me neither. But mind you, I don't eat steak.
You don't stay, so you're not going to do it.
Exactly. And then there are other options, their main options and stuff, they're not very good.
No.
But obviously,
No.
I think I'd have to have a steak to give them a fair review.
How about that? Much better. How long have you been at JC?
Wow, on and off. So I basically, when I was at university, I wanted to do a placement visit, and obviously there are no placement visits, so I went for a graduate.
They're just passing Washwood Heath, and that is the M6, I think, just up there.
And they created it for me, so I did a placement year there in 2017, and 2018.
One thing
Then I went back to
Birmingham is
university.
well known for is its motorways.
Came back in 2019. Wasn't sure exactly what I wanted to do until I almost quit actually. I wasn't sure that law was what I wanted to do.
This is Tamworth.
Right, it's now 20 to 7. Firstly, Endelino. Here is a new spot and location for me. I am at Tamworth, east of Birmingham and Wilmcote. Now, this station is quite unique because two main lines cross each other directly. Well, one underneath the other. Over there, that is the West Coast main line. Now that way is heading south towards Nuneaton and then onto Rugby in London. And the other way heads north. You're heading towards Lichfield Trent Valley, Rugeley Trent Valley, and then Stafford, and then further up. And this is the cross-country line from Derby to Birmingham New Street. Now, you see, there were a lot of backed up trains as I came out of New Street station. There'd been a couple of trespassers in the tunnels, and that blocked everything off. It must have happened while I went to get me dinner. So that's causing a few problems for now, but hopefully things should be cleared by the time I go back. I'm going to be here till about 8 o'clock before I go back into Birmingham. It's very strange because normally I would have been like heading home that way, but now I'm going that way tonight. I like this station. A lot of enthusiasts have said that it is a popular location. My friend Simon Poole says it's one of his favourites, so now it's my turn to do this station. When I go back later, it will be on a cross-country class 170. Okay, so this is the West Coast main line. 4 lines. The outer 2 are the slow lines for the stopping trains, the Trent Valley services, and these in the middle 2 are the fast West Coast main line lines. Now the main train service here is to London Euston by London North Western Railway, and it's the stopper service what stops at Lichfield Trent Valley, Rugeley Trent Valley, and then goes towards Stafford and Alsager and Crewe. If I've got it wrong, I'm sure Simon Poole can correct us on that. I like it here. I think I'm going to get some really good spotting. A really good session here. Some Avanti trains do stop here, but there's only like a few each way every day. The main train service being the London North Western Railway stopper service. As you can see, that Voyager is going right back towards Birmingham. Yeah, I think I'm going to really enjoy this. And here is one of the few pendolinos that stop here each way every day. Comes the late running 1915 LNWR2 crew, which calls at Lichfield, Trent Valley, Rushden, Trent Valley, Stafford and Crewe, running 6 minutes late. I've been at this station an hour now, and I have to say, I am very impressed with what I've seen. Okay, so I've come back up to the high level now, waiting for the 20:05 to take us back into Birmingham New Street. It will be a free coach Class 170 that's going to Cardiff Central. For my first spotting session here, I am very, very impressed. Absolutely. Get some good views from up here as well of, well, stand on the high level, you can actually see the low level down there. If I had a chance, I would definitely come back here again, absolutely. Wish this rain would clear away. And that Avanti West Coast Pendolino is going to Manchester Piccadilly. Saw there two Class 90s at the front. One of them was what would have been used with Grand Central to operate from Blackpool North to London Euston, along with a range of ex-LNER Mark IV and DVTs. Unfortunately, that service was meant to start May last year, but that got cancelled because of the pandemic. They then pushed it back to start this year, but then they decided to cancel it completely altogether, because they just thought it was not going to be viable with the COVID pandemic ongoing. So I think the carriages that would have been used, I think they're getting cascaded elsewhere. I think I've got two freights come at the same time. I do. 66 there, 66 on the left, 67 on the right. That was a mint shot, that's probably the best one of the day I've just done. loud, yeah.
station stop in Birmingham New Street. When leaving at Birmingham New Street, please remember to take all luggage off the floor. Thank you.
Back at Birmingham New Street, listen to that. It is proper lashing it down outside. You can hear that on the roof. Listen to it. Right, I'm going to brave the rain. Get a drink. It has been proper lashing it down here. It still is lashing down. Right. Back in the hotel, Easyhotel now. It's now 11:15. Time for me to get my head down because I am up early tomorrow morning. Today, my first day here in Birmingham. It's been a great day to start with. Got a bus to Durham. Bit of a change, getting an Arriva North East bus instead of Go North East. Just because the single fare was a little cheaper, so I thought I would give that for a change. Got a Right Pulsar 2. And then from Durham down to here was a little different. Normally I get a Voyager, but no, this time I was on a Crosscountry HST. That gave us a chance to ride a cross-country train the old-fashioned way, how it was all done before the days of Voyagers. In a bit of bridge. I'm just trying to get my words out here. A great bit of British engineering. That is, of course, the British Rail high-speed train, which is what I dropped out of here. The ride was good. It was busy at times, and we did get here about 10 minutes late because there was some sort of hold up at Derby, I think. Checked in here. My hotel is literally I'm just round the corner from New Street station, so to be honest, I've got the entire whole of Birmingham city centre right on my doorstep. And my room, it's nice. You know, my shower there and that. It's cold. I know I've got no window, but hey, it's cosy for 2 nights. You can do with a little bit of soundproofing. You can hear there's a Turtle Bay restaurant next door as well, so that'll be making a bit of not too much of a noise, I don't think. So New Street was good. Later on went to Tamworth, and I have to say, Tamworth, what a fantastic spot and location. That's definitely a station I would go back to another year. Got lots of trains passing through high speed in the lower level, so Avanti passing through, Pendolinos and that. You can also get trains going across the high level, the cross-country trains. Plenty of freight trains went through, so like 66s, 67s, I've got all sorts. I absolutely enjoyed myself. I think the best shot was there were 2 67s going on the lower level, the West Coast Main Line, and a 66 on the high level, and basically they one passed across the high level, one passed across the low level, right at the same time as each other, and I got both, and I think that was a great moment. That. So yeah, definitely Tamworth is definitely another station I would recommend to go to. It's a brilliant spot and location. Definitely. After Tamworth, came back into Birmingham. Started raining, and when I got back into Birmingham, it was absolute lashing it down. Seriously lashing it down. No, the one I had to wait. I basically stood in New Street station for a while, hoping that it eased off. Went away Wetherspoon's Hotel pub, had a couple of pints, and now I've come back here. I need to get my head down fast because I am up early tomorrow morning, my second part. And in part 2 I'm heading southwest, going to Bristol, which I've not been since my dead early days back in 2010 when I was still just a teenager. So I'm going to be heading down there on cross country, meeting up with one of my mates. Plan to hopefully go to the spa town of Bath as well. So that's going to be an interesting day for part 2, and then obviously more about part 3. I'll tell you more about that later on tomorrow. Well, thank you for watching. I'll see you in part 2. Good night.